Um, hey, what's going on, guys? It's Chaos for Rain, and today we are here with a brand new podcast series, Greened Out. It's going to be the first pilot episode, and this is going to be my three other co-hosts. Over here on the left, we've got Dredge and Phantom. Over here on the right, we've got my longtime friend Nick, and here on the bottom, we've got Josh. And today we're going to be talking about a
Oh,
multiple. We're going to be talking about a plethora of different things. So I hope you guys stick around and enjoy. How are you guys doing today, by the way? Let's just start with that.
I'm doing pretty good, doing.
That's good. That's good. What about you, Nick?
When I
tired.
Tired? What's up with that?
Work
Working with
sucks.
working at the restaurant?
what's up with
uh,
being tired,
Yeah, what's up
dude?
with being tired, fucker? Imagine. but
yeah,
Imagine
no,
being tired.
but anyway, I want to
dude,
go.
just
Oh, but anyway, I want to go ahead and get this stuff right on track. I'm going to try to make this once a week with just whatever group of people I have available. Hopefully, with these four available every time, you know. But I want to start it off by jumping straight into some of the topics, right? So the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is current internet trends. As we all know, there's some really fucking stupid trends that go around the internet, and one of the biggest ones that's going around right now on TikTok is "I just hit a devious lick." What do you guys think about it? If you guys have seen it.
Retarded.
that's stupid.
Yeah.
It's really dumb.
Okay.
Honestly, okay. It's dumb. It's very dumb because in some cases you're actually committing a felony and posting proof of it. But some of it's kind of impressive. Like
Bro,
that kid that got up and walked away with a water heater.
yeah, like
What?
or bro, the fucking kids that are going to school and snatching up like entire toilets and like sinks and shit. Like how the
Yeah.
fuck?
One got a urinal.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, dude, imagine smuggling a urinal. Ugh.
That must have been.
Like a
What can
public
you even
urinal.
do with a urinal?
Bro,
How
how
do
the
they
fuck
even
do you even
smuggle it
get it?
out?
Yeah, bro, how the fuck do you even get it out of the bathroom without someone going, wait a minute. Like, what the
I
That
saw
must
a
have
fuck?
video of a
been.
kid stealing a school bus. That I don't know how he did
What?
that.
What?
Yeah, yeah. It was the caption of the vid was "I just hit the most devious lick," and it was video of him walking out and turning around, and it's a bus.
Okay, okay. In all curiousness, though, do you guys know where the meme, like, started? Like, where did it originate from?
I know where it started. It started with a kid who literally just said, "I hit the most devious lick," and it was just him stealing one of those bathroom hand soap dispenser things.
Damn,
Yeah,
Which I
so
mean,
really?
so
really, I mean, on its own, that really wasn't too bad because it's like a piece of
it's
plastic that
inexpensive.
they can replace for like 10, $15.
Yeah.
They're not really gonna. The school ain't gonna be too mad about that. Of course, he's probably gonna get punished, but all in all, it's basically
Yeah,
harmless.
like, I mean,
Yeah,
that's more of a public
it's
nuisance than
bad.
anything, unlike, stealing an entire fucking toilet.
Well, the
Imagine
thing
you have to
is,
go and take a shit. There's only one stall door open. You walk in, toilet missing, pipes sticking out the wall. You confused, sad, and with a pants full of shit.
Dog,
I just used that fucking pipe. What you mean? Just,
dog. I saw
that
a
fucking
video
pipe
of
is
this
supposed to
kid.
go down still.
I saw a video of this kid hitting a lick. He
Uh,
straight up just went in while another kid was taking a shit and stole his right shoe,
dude, I saw that. I saw that. Is
and
it
it
one
was
where he
only the shoe.
Is it where he basically
Nah,
starts pantsing
he
him
stole
from
his
under the stall
pants.
door?
Yeah,
That was
so
so
it
literally
got
funny.
to
just
like,
rips his shoe. He's like, "Fuck it,
uh,
it's mine now."
Bro, did you guys see the one before that though of like the fucking milk crates?
Yeah,
Bro,
when they
that
were
one
trying to
was
run up and
yeah,
down
the
it
one.
without falling.
yeah, Nick. Since I'm guessing you don't know by the look you made. So basically, they had a thing called the milk crate challenge, where they'd have like kind of like a pyramid stack of those plastic milk crates, and the goal
Gotta
was
jump
to
over it,
no, their goal was to like
right?
walk up it and back down it without it toppling over. But the reason why it was a challenge is because once you get up to like 5 milk crates, those things weren't intended for that kind of weight, so the bottom one just topples and gives out. And people were like breaking their wrists and arms, and some people even died doing it.
Five? How?
Because they fell and broke their necks.
Oh, that's just unlucky. Death by milk crate. Oh.
Yeah, like,
Ah.
bro. Imagine passing on and having to
Mm-mm.
explain to God what dumb shit got you killed.
See, at that point,
Okay.
that's not even people being dumb. I feel like that's a force of nature. That's natural selection right there.
Also,
Yeah.
can we just talk about the fact that Josh maybe doesn't even need a camera? Just look at that face staring at all the audience.
It's a beautiful
It
face.
looks just like me.
It really does. It really does.
Damn.
I
But
because that one.
now, because the podcast is called Greened Out, I kind of want to start off with some banger stories. Now, Josh, for people that don't know, doesn't smoke. But for the other three people in this call right now, I want to hear what is the most insane I am too fried story that you have?
Okay, immediately I've got two, but if someone else wants to go first, go for it.
Uh, all right. So this one doesn't start off with me fried, but in high school, me and my friends decided to smoke on the back of the bus.
Uh-huh.
Well, of course we got caught because the bus driver stopped at a train track. And well, I think it was like my first time getting that high because it was whatever the fuck it was.
Were you guys
I
like
went to the
smacking like
bathroom.
were you guys smacking like a dab pen?
No, it was actually I think it was a bowl.
You
Yeah,
guys were smoking a bowl in the back of a bus?
yeah. We never got in trouble. The one girl took the blame for it.
How
I
hold on. How the fuck you just gonna smoke a bowl in the back of a bus and just go, this is fine, no one will know?
I
Like, you
mean,
could not have picked a
know.
smellier method of smoking bud.
Yeah,
we
for
don't
real.
know. We don't. Oh, didn't think it through. We just like fuck it. Now I could just say, yeah, I smoked weed on the back of a bus. It's a weird
Fair. So
flex,
what? So
but
what? So what happened after?
I ended up going to the bathroom, and I was in there for like 30 minutes, not knowing I was in there for that long. And one of my friends, Brandon, comes in, drags me out, and I'm just completely like gone, mumbling about like purple dragons or some shit.
Purple
And so
dragons.
it was, yeah, it was so bad. He
Man's ain't
dragged
on
me,
another planet. He's so fried. He's in another dimension.
yeah. I, oh, it was bad. It was so bad. He took me to the back of the school, out of it, and he sat in the back section and where some woods were until I was like good.
Damn.
Which I never want
You were you
that
were
to
you
happen
were
ever
just sitting
again.
you were just sitting back there with your eyes looking redder than the rubies, just going, please no one fucking look at
Oh
me, please no one fucking look at me.
yeah, I don't even. I think I skipped like 3 to 4 classes that day. I was fucking
Oh my
gone.
god. Yeah.
Like,
All right, Gavin, hit us with one of yours.
Okay. I feel like the best one would probably be the very first time I smoked.
Oh.
So, me and me and a couple friends, well, a couple sections from band, were getting together because it was basically like our school's last group of good seniors. So we wanted to do something fun with them before they went off to college, you know.
Uh huh.
So got together, had a party, which this ain't related to the story or getting high or anything, but like, oh my god, his mom cooked so much food.
Mhm.
Like, based on the amount of food, you'd have thought she was cooking for like 50 people.
Mhm.
Thanksgiving 2.0.
Yeah. In all reality, she's cooking for like 20 max. So we
Alright.
have a party, and it gets later to the night, and there's probably about 6 of us left. It's midnight, none of us had eaten for a while, and we're like, hey, let's just go to Waffle House. And one of the seniors, I'll just not give him a name. One of the seniors said, "Hey, I've got some blunts. Who wants to smoke?" Problem is, we couldn't exactly. They had small cars, so we
Wait,
couldn't
was this
get.
was this a senior I knew?
No, I don't think so, at least. But
What was this, like our
they had.
sophomore year?
Yeah.
About the time I started.
So they had very small cars, so we couldn't get everyone into one car. And since the guy had two blunts, he's like, "Fuck it, we'll just take one blunt per car." So we get three people in one car, three people in the other, and we go. On the way there, we're smoking. The other two people in the car knew that it was my first time smoking, so they each did maybe 3 or 4 hits off it, and then would just pass it back to me. Like, y'all gotta understand, I cleared a good half of this blunt on my own.
Damn, first time too.
First time, and this motherfucker was like,
You had
that.
you had no fucking idea what you were getting yourself into, did you?
No, I did not.
What was
I had no clue what was
what
about to happen.
what was the experience like? Because obviously it got you hooked. So like, what was the experience like for you for that first time?
Okay, well, it wasn't actually the first time
But your
that
first
got
time
me.
doing that much at once, like, what was the experience like? Was it like, did you
Oh,
just have
dude,
this?
that certainly wasn't what got me hooked. Holy shit.
But
Uh,
like, was that experience more of a like, oh holy fuck, I smoked way too much, or is it more of a thing of like you were just vibing the whole night?
kind of both. Because it was like, holy shit, a lot is going on right now, but also I'm severely fried, so I'm just like, back it. So, like, dude, okay. The funniest part of that night to me is when the senior that was driving,
Yeah.
he looks over at me for a second. He's like, "Hey, are you feeling it yet?" And we had cleared a good 3/4 of this blunt by now, and I'm like, "Not really. No, not yet." That motherfucker hit me like a fucking brick wall. Oh my god, dude! As soon as that last word left my mouth, it was game over.
Well, like I remember some of the times me and you have smoked together where we've gotten dab that was way stronger than we expected, and me and you both have had that moment before of like, what me and you will both hit like a quarter of a gram in total, and then we'll just look at each other and be like, huh, that was way stronger than I thought it was gonna be, and then me and you both about 40 minutes later are like, huh, let's play Fighter Z. While we're both just like
See,
staring halfway between the TV and the floor.
but see, this wasn't like that. This all hit me at once. Like I was sober 1 second, and then I was just out of the
Oh,
Milky Way the next. There was no climb. There was no nothing. It just
oh,
all at once.
bro,
I'm talking that
bro,
motherfucker ran me over like a semi.
bro. Those
It was
kind, that kind fucking sucks though. Can we just say that?
Mm. Yeah.
kinda, yeah.
Because it's like I feel like part of the enjoyment of the experience for me at least is kind of having that climb where you're just like, oh man, yeah, I'm just pretty buzzed. Oh man, and like you just like kind of sink into it more, and like your body is kind of like adjusting to it as you go. So you kind of ride along with it a lot easier, and you just tend to vibe more when you just get really fucking high. But then
Yeah.
when it just slams you all at once, you don't have that time to prepare. So all of a sudden you're like, I'm fine, and then you stop for a solid 5 seconds to think, and you're like, wait.
See,
Yeah.
there was none of that. It all hit me at once, and I knew there was no turning back after that. He was like, "What? You good?" And I'm like, "Maybe." Ask me again in 15 minutes. See how it goes.
Did you end up greening out that night?
No, I never puked or anything, which
Damn.
honestly, fucking impressive.
Bro,
But
you've seen me have some pretty bad greenouts in the past.
almost had to take your ass out back old Yellowstone.
Oh.
Bro, it was bad. They have a fucking video of me out in the back of their yard, literally just bent over in a chair, just.
Yeah.
The
It got bad for him.
And that was after being in their bathroom for like 20 minutes, just doing the same
And
thing.
after all the bread too, because like when he first started
Dude,
figuring out, I used to just throw bread at him.
Dude, they were like little fucking mail carriers. They would just like try to slide bread under the door, like, dude, eat it, eat it, eat it.
Yeah, yeah.
Because of acid reflux.
But-
If you don't know, Nick, bread helps soak up acid reflux.
No, I did actually. It's
We pull up. The rest of the ride, I don't remember. We pull up to the Waffle House, and walking was a fucking challenge. Oh my god. I got in there somehow, and I sit down, and the only thing I remember is the feeling of like my head spinning like this. Like I straight up felt like I was in Mortal Kombat. Finish him, you know?
Yeah.
So and my mouth just gets fucking drier than a desert. Oh my god. Waitress comes up and she's like, "What can I get for y'all?" Everyone tells her the orders, and I'm like, "Can I get a glass of water?" "Yeah, sure. That'll be about 5 minutes." She walks away.
Those 5 minutes felt like an eternity, didn't they?
Oh, they did. I'm convinced at about the minute mark, I just walked up and went into the bathroom because at that point, I didn't even need to piss. My mouth was so dry, I just started grabbing just handfuls of water from the sink and just drinking it.
Dude, imagine another dude walks into the bathroom and he just sees you like a fucking gremlin in the bathroom, just going.
Oh, I'm
It was
glad
a
they
slow-
I'm glad there wasn't many people there. Holy shit.
I gave him a slow stare. So
But- I get out, and magically the food, like everything, is there. So, like, I have just time traveled in this bathroom. Get out, sit down, and I start to eat. The first thing I noticed is it tasted way fucking better than it had any business tasting.
Yeah, dude. Food just tends to be amazing on any form of weed or THC.
And then I was like, oh my god, I could eat this forever. 3 bites later, oh my god, I cannot eat anymore.
Really? You weren't like super hungry when you went for it? Like that's something I always have.
No, actually, I think I only got through like half of my meal.
What
But
the fuck?
that just trust me, that was not the end
I
of
don't
my
thi-
eating.
I don't think I've ever seen your ass leave half a meal in the entire time I've known you.
Yeah. But I'm like, hey, can I get a box after everyone finishes? We all finish. I get a box, pack my shit. We all pay. And then we all go. I don't know what order we were dropped off in because the dude driving, he was the host, so he would just drop us off and then go back home.
Mm-hmm.
He dropped me off. I went inside my house and I stopped at the kitchen. Now this was the old house where it was basically like one straight line.
Yeah.
The door, yeah, you remember that?
Yeah.
I walk through the house and I walk into the kitchen, turn on the lights, and I'm like, I'm hungry. Still holding the Waffle House, by the way. And then my dumbass goes over and puts the Waffle House in the fridge.
And then go. Wait. So what did you pick up after?
Donuts.
Oh,
Because I
you
closed the
fat
fridge
bastard.
and I turned around and I saw a box of them and I'm like, those is mine now. Those are mine now. Killed them. Put the box back. Fucking dude, I tried to play Xbox. But my first mistake was thinking I could play Fortnite. Cause oh my god, I tried and so many fucking colors.
Your first mistake was Fortnite.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So let me kind of delve into one of my stories here. It's gonna be funny to tell one of my most intoxicated experiences while being pretty under the influence currently. Um, so I'm actually gonna talk about two experiences. One isn't about me, but it's about a mutual friend of ours, Dex. The one time I got him to smoke carts with us,
Oh no.
and the other one is the first time I smoked. So if you guys may have seen earlier, I chugged this bottle of Gatorade. There's a reason for that. I needed it as a prop for this story. So the first time I ever went to smoke, I was hanging in school with a friend that was pretty close with at the time. I'm not going to say his name, but he invited me out for my first time to go and smoke because I had been curious about it for like a year and a half at that point. Because initially I'd heard that it was a good aid for anxiety and ADHD, which I am very severe for both of. And I was like, I'm curious. I wonder how much this will actually help me with those issues. And so I decided I'd go try and smoke with him the next time he went out. So me and him went to go hang out. So we stopped by at his mom's house first, and we had to play fucking James Bond at his mom's house so that she wouldn't know what we were doing. And I see him pick up a water bottle. It's got a hole about this big in the side of it. And I was like, "What the hell is that for?" And he's like, "I'm bringing my water bottle bong with me." And I'm like, "A water bottle bong? What the hell is that?" So we go out
Yeah.
and we go down to a private lake. It was kind of like this big lake, like a big lake, right? It had a fence line running all the way around it. That it was closed off, but you were allowed to enter it and go fish in it, right? So we open that gate, we drive into the back and hide the car along in the bushes, and we go on down by the bed of the river or bed of the lake. And he pulls out this water bottle that has the hole in the side of it, and he puts a metal piece in it. And I'm like, "What the hell is that?" Little did I know it was a bong bowl at the time. And he starts packing bud into it, and he goes, "All right, I'm going to show you how you hit it." He puts a little water in the bottom of it, starts to hit it. I can't make the gesture or whatever, but he starts to hit it, does it, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, that looks pretty easy." So I took a hit of it, and let me tell you, that was the roughest fucking hit of anything that produces smoke that I've ever had in my goddamn life. Water bottle bongs are fucking garbage. If you are
They
going
hurt.
if
Yeah.
you are gonna hit a bong, okay, and not endorsing drugs. Who the fuck am I kidding? I don't give a shit. Do drugs, kids. Do them. If you're gonna hit
Do
a
eight
bong,
hours of drugs. Save the seas.
if you're
Plant more bees.
if you're gonna hit a bong, get a proper dick
Jeez.
height bong and use that. Okay, like the bong don't come up to your dick, it ain't big enough. Do it. Okay, get a proper like waist height bong. Give yourself nice smooth hits, put some filters in it, do yourself right if you're going to do it. Do not use a water bottle. The only reason you should be using a water bottle is if you're like us and you're a high schooler trying to hide the fact that you smoke weed.
Yeah, I knew a kid back in my technically it was junior and sophomore year. But we didn't talk much junior year. It was more or not sophomore, senior year. We didn't talk much junior year. It was more senior year.
Yeah.
This dude would just go out to his garage, find anything that looked like it would fit the part, and build a bong out of it.
And see, and then here's my thing, right?
And I'm
Oh, and
talking anything.
I know exactly who you're talking about too.
Yeah,
I've
I
heard about
bet you
I've
do.
heard about the master bong craftsman.
uh, okay, it's dumb, like really dumb,
Oh,
and I
the
doubt most of
person
them
is
would
really
work.
dumb.
And I doubt most of them would actually work. But the shit that he turns into a bong is kind of impressive.
Yeah, I
Like,
remember. No, no, and
I'm
then
pretty sure dude could turn a fucking car's carburetor into a bong if
so
he really tried.
so I made a first time smoker mistake. I took
Oh,
my fat rip out of the bong. I fucking died, right? And then afterwards, after about 20 minutes, I was like, I don't really feel it. And he looks at me and goes,
sorry, it'll get you.
"Well, do you want another hit?" And I went, "Sure. I'm not feeling anything, so I guess." So I take another rip off of it, and right as I'm blowing out that second rip, it all hits me.
Mm.
Hmm.
Like as I'm blowing it out, the more smoke that leaves my mouth, the worse my head is getting. So it's really just like a And as that happens, I'm just sitting there like, yo, what the fuck is this? Because I've never been fried before. So I was just sitting there like, yo, what the fuck is this? I feel weird. So I sat down on a cinder block that was like poking up out of the ground that was there. And I just sit down and I'm just looking around like, why the fuck is everything so colorful? Like that was the first thing I noticed is all the shades of green just got so vibrant and the water just looked fucking beautiful for no reason. And I was like, yo, what the hell? Like I didn't know if it was like I was tripping from it or something because I didn't know what weed really did to you back then. So to me, I'm like, holy fuck, I'm seeing shit, you know? But and then I just realized, no, it's just like everything just looks so much prettier to me for some reason. I don't know why. And then I realized suddenly I'm starting to get a burst of energy in me. This is before I knew what a sativa was because this is what I hit was a
Oh,
pure sativa strain. So all of a
well, I'm sure
sudden,
that was fun.
was all of a sudden I get this burst of energy and I shoot up like, "Hey, man, hey, dude, I feel like I could fucking run right now, okay, man? I feel like I could just go on a fucking marathon right now. I want to go lift some weights. I want to go do something. I want to go do something." And he just looks at me like, "Yeah? Yeah? Yeah?
Yeah, bud.
You sure about that?" And then, like, after I did that for 15 seconds, I dead ass went, "Yeah, I want to." Whoa, okay. I stood up too fast. And just, like, sat my ass back down. And about, like, an hour into it or so, like, dude, time was passing so fast for no reason. I felt like 10 minutes had gone by and it'd been 2 hours. And he pulls out the bong and he's about to take another rip. And all of a sudden, we hear footsteps coming down to the bed of the lake. So I just see him take the water bottle bong and screw the cap on and just fucking yeet it out into the middle of the lake.
No. No.
It was full of
He
water.
did.
It was full
shit,
of water. It
dude.
was full of water, so it just straight sank. But he literally, like he was chucking a rock, just chucked it out into the lake.
What about the fucking blood in it, though?
There wasn't any in there. He like literally he put the piece in, was trying to light it, and then he heard the dude literally flick the lighter, threw it on the ground, put his foot on it, pulled the piece out, chucked the water bottle, and like stuck the piece up in his shirt and like held it in his shirt.
Ah.
Like he did it before. Like he knows
Yeah,
the
like
procedure.
he hit it super well. Like props to him. It was like super skillful. But anyway, the dude comes on down and he's got like a tackle box and all his fucking fishing gear with him, and I am obliterated. And I look at this dude and I'm just like, oh fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. He's gonna call the cops on us. Oh fuck, he's totally gonna call the cops on us. Cause you know, first time smoke, you get that weed paranoia. I'm sure all of you guys have had it before. Have you guys ever gotten weed paranoia?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Once.
And how bad was it, Gav?
Not too bad. I was able to calm myself down in like 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, but like this is my first time smoking bud. It was public. This dude comes down and I'm like, oh fuck, oh fuck. But I pulled a masterful story out of my fucking ass. And he was like, "Hey, what are you boys doing down here?" Like oh my god, there's no way he didn't fucking know, to be honest. But he walked down and went, "Hey, what are you boys doing down here?" And I went, "Well, we just came down here to fish for a little bit." And he goes, "Well, I don't see any of your gear with you." And I said, "Yeah, we actually just put it back up in his truck because we're sitting down here on the lakeside just watching the water for right now. There haven't really been any catches where we're at right now." And he goes, "Oh, nothing's been biting here." And I pointed down the riverbed and I went, "Nah, if you look down there where all that moss is, that's probably where all the bass are at right now because they're trying to eat the eggs that are trapped in that moss." I'm talking completely out of my ass at the current moment. I have no fucking idea if this is true or not. This dude's in full fishing gear. He probably actually fucking knows I'm spouting bullshit out of my ass. I don't know. I'm trying whatever I can for him to not realize I am fucked. So I'm just telling him, all the bass are probably down there by the moss, where all the fish lay their eggs. And he's like, "Oh yeah, you're probably right. I'll go down there and try to check it out in that open spot down there." And he just walks off. And me and Owen looked at each other and we were just like, "Oh my god." And I know fuck, I'll have to bleep that, but whatever. Who gives a fuck? No one knows who that
No way.
is.
It was him.
Yeah.
You first smoked with him?
Yeah.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That was my first and only time I smoked with him.
there
I
it
feel like
just
he'd be pretty cool to smoke
Actually, no.
with. Though.
Actually, no. That's not true. That's not true. Fucking we actually smoked together quite a bit until I was hanging out with someone one time and I scared the shit out of him. um, but yeah, I may or may not bleep it. Who fucking knows? Like I said, they don't know who that is. They don't need to know. But like I said though, yeah. After that, we started driving home.
And for all they know, it could be a fake name.
That too. But he was in his truck and he was starting to put his butt away and he was picking butt off of a scale he had on his back seat and his fucking bag and he was fucked too because you know what he tried to do?
Hmm.
He had his bag here and his scale here and there's a little bit of bud flakes on there and he dead ass went
No.
all the
oh
bud in the bag just all over his truck.
that's a
You hate to see
sucker
it.
And
thing.
he was like, "Oh, what the fuck? No, no, no!" He was so sad. So he's like sitting there picking bud.
Yeah.
He's like sitting there picking bud out of his carpet in his backseat, trying to file it back in. And as we're driving home, as we're driving home, I'm still so fucked. And he's like, "Dude, I'm so sad. I just lost like a quarter of bud." And I looked at him and I went,
Oh.
and I looked at him and went, "What's so bad about losing a quarter of bud? It's only a quarter's worth of bud."
Uh,
Fucking oh.
Remember,
only a.
remember, I knew nothing.
Okay.
No, remember, I knew nothing about drugs at the time. So when he said he lost a quarter of bud, I thought he dead ass meant he lost 25 cents worth of bud.
Tommy was about to pass him an actual quarter and be like, "Here, this will cover the cost."
I did.
Yeah, you probably would have.
Oh shit!
I literally
No
pulled,
way.
no, I literally pulled a quarter out of my pocket because I used to carry a bunch of change in my pocket. I pulled a quarter out and I went, dude, I'll just pay you back for it. And he just looks at me. No. And he just looked at me and he went, what? What are you doing? And I said, you said you lost a quarter's worth of buds, so I'm giving you a quarter. And he looked at me and he went, do you?
He wanted to
Oh.
smack you in the
No, no,
face.
no, no. He got it. He understood because he realized what I was doing, and he was like, "Wait, oh, no. A quarter's like a quarter of an ounce." And I was like, "Oh, is that a lot?" And he goes, "Yeah, it's quite a lot." I was like, "Damn, was it really that bad?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm really sad about it." So I just like sadly put my quarter back in my pocket. And was like, "Oh." I'm sorry about that. And I'm just like, I'm sorry about that. And he's like, it's not your fault. And I'm like, I know, but I just tried to give you a fucking quarter. I tried to give you pity change.
Give him 2 quarters. Say here, buy yourself something a little extra.
Might get you a little pinch of Keef.
Yeah.
No, dude, it wouldn't even get you a pinch of Keef, dude. That would get you like
No.
fucking. They'd lick their pinky and stick it on the Keef, and whatever was stuck to their pinky is what you got.
Not even
You
that. I feel like
probably
they would
get-
just a quarter. They would just like find a small little leaf and give it to you.
By the way, speaking of which, and I don't care if we do this on the podcast, but Gavin, I actually know a guy right now that's selling diamonds.
Diamonds.
Yeah, do you know what diamonds are?
No. What?
Dab
The
teeth.
gen? Oh.
Jim.
It's
I
dab
mean
teeth.
that's cool, but
It's
I don't have money.
he's selling it at oh wait, wait, I'm not gonna say this. I'll save this for after the podcast. But yeah,
Smart.
yeah.
Dude, I literally got 000 in my bank account. So unless it's free, I can't get it.
Yeah, but if you tell your brother he's got diamonds, he'll hop on that shit.
I don't know.
Plus it's actually really cheap. Like I said, I'll get into details after. But anyway, as we were
He's probably broke
anyway,
too.
but anyway, as we were driving back, I'm sitting there fucked up, and I'm like, "Oh, and I don't know if I can go home yet." And he's like, "Bro, I gotta go home soon, so you're just gonna have to try and be good." And I went, "All right." So I go home, and no one knew a thing, and I was super lucky. But I was a lot more innocent back then, and I kind of had this like overwhelming sense of guilt about doing it. And 2 days later, I told my grandmother about it. Like, yeah, I went out, hung out with him, we smoked weed and stuff like that. And she looked at me and went, I mean, I knew you were gonna try it one day. And I was just like, huh?
She probably smoked back in the day.
She did, and so does my dad. And she was just like, yeah, I knew you were gonna try it. And I was like, what? You're not mad about it? And she's like, no, you told me about it. Honestly, I don't care if you do it. Just don't get in trouble with the law for it. And I was like, okay. But yeah,
That's
and now
great.
now this is to end off the pilot episode of the podcast. But this is a special story. Now the reason I'm telling this story here, if you guys know the channel Heiko Rev, this story actually went up on his channel very, very briefly before it was forced to get taken down. So I'm gonna repost it here in my own retelling. For those of you guys that know that have watched my streams and my videos, guy I make content a lot with, Quantum Dex, I got him to smoke dab carts with me one time. We were
Oh, I know where this is going.
Yeah, you do. We were hanging out at my house, and my buddy at the time brought over some carts. We had Cherry Kush and Tangy, two original Dent carts when they were still around. And when he brought it over, Dex had never actually smoked before, except for one time with me. We had smoked a Reggie blunt together, which it was stuff I didn't know was Reggie when I bought it, but it was just a Reggie blunt that we smoked, and he got really giggly. Took him 40 minutes to order Domino's off of a Reggie blunt, if that tells you anything.
After this ends, you gotta tell me who sold you that.
The Reggie blunt?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. After the podcast ends, I'll tell you. You know him pretty well. Let's just say it's the
Oh?
same. Don't say his name, but it's the same dude we got the Pineapple Express from.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah, I can see it.
yeah. There was a
I just
reason.
didn't figure he'd be one to try and sell that shit.
No, he was dealing with some weird way to procure his shit back then, so that was kind of why he was going through a person who went through a person who went through a person that like passed the shit down.
What?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
he was dealing with those groups of people that like they'd shoot you if you even shorted them by a penny.
Damn.
So like he was going through those people where it's like they have like three people they go through to get the shit, and then they pass it down to him, and then they hand it out, and the money moves up, that kind of thing. I don't know anything about it, but I just heard that's the kind of stuff he was involved in. But anyway, as I was saying though, um, so he comes over, him and my other friend, and we pull out the Cherry Kush cart first, and this is a I believe 98% THC cart, very powerful indica, very powerful indica. Gavin, you had a little bit of experience with Cherry Kush. You remember how strong that one was, don't you? That one was
Yes, sir.
that one is the one that would fucking knock your foreskin off.
what's it's very specific.
Bailiff, slap his pee-pee.
I hate that meme.
Bailiff, whack his pee-pee.
I think I have like something I could do that in my.
Don't you get your battle axe?
Do it.
No, anyway,
Do
well,
it.
hold on, before you do that, let me finish the story. So anyway, he comes over. We pull out the Cherry Kush cart. I took like 8 to 10 second hits off of it right off the bat, which is quite a bit.
Oh my god.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I ripped it hard that night. I was home alone all night. I was fucking having a house party that night. And I was just like, fuck it, bro. I'm gonna get fucked up tonight. I ripped that cart 3 full times, and then I pulled out the Tangy cart, which was a heavy sativa, and then took 3 full rips off of that too.
Holy shit!
Jesus.
And then my other friend who brought the
You were
cart.
probably all over the place.
No, and then no, that's what started the other joke that happened that night, and I'll get there. But my other friend pulls out the cart and takes 4 rips off of both, and then looks at me and went, "Bitch," and I said, "I'm not a pussy," and took it and did 2 more rips off of both. I one upped him.
Dude.
I one upped him just to fuck with him. So I am fried off my ass, giving Dex advice on how much to start with.
I bet you're really regretting that last hit.
Yeah.
Well, I told him just take one fat hit. That's probably all you'll need.
No.
of the cherry.
Wow.
I had him take, actually, sorry, 2 rips off of the cherry.
How long?
They were both like 5 to 8 second hits.
That's still too much for him.
That, and,
Yeah, poor guy.
98% for a dude that's only smoked once in his life and none of it being dab. That, and we found out after that he also is slightly schizophrenic and has a very interesting reaction with weed. We'll get there.
Oh.
So anyway, after we all smash him down, I pick up the box of Tangy. And if you guys have never seen the box of Tangy, it's got this picture of like a happy little orange doing this on the front of the box. So I grabbed the box and I sat there and I stared at it. Then I poked it and rubbed like the raised like fucking ink of Tangy on it, and I just went Tangy. And I just stood there. I just stood there for 2 hours, looking at this box, just going Tangy.
You fucking dumbass.
Tangy. Meanwhile, my other friend is on the couch. My other friend is on the couch with his phone out, and he just looks up and he goes, "What the fuck is Tangy?" And I ran up to him, put the box in his face, and went, Tangy. It's Tangy. And threw the box back down.
Goblin.
Well, as I was doing this, 30 minutes before the end of my little Tangy rant, Dex walks into the bathroom and shuts the door. And I was just like, okay. So after 30 minutes go by,
Anyway.
well,
Tangy.
yeah. And then after 30 minutes go by, it hits me, and I'm like, yo, how long has he been in there? My other friend looks at me and he goes, yo, he's kind of been in there for a while. So I walk up
Yo,
to
he been taking up. Ah,
so I walk up to the door and, I knock on it. I'm like, hey, you good in there, buddy? No response. And I'm like, uh-oh. So I literally get on the floor and like start looking under the crack under my door to see if I can see his feet and make sure he's not like laying on the floor passed out or anything like that. And I can see his feet like in front of the sink. So I'm just knocking on the door again and I'm like, hey, bro, are you good in there? Hey, what the fuck is going on? And suddenly I hear like feet just like tapping their way back to the door, right? And I'm just like, what the hell is going on? It took like 15 minutes, but he finally gets back to the door. And imagine like there's a doorknob right here. This is basically what happened. I just hear him go like starts furiously jiggling the doorknob and starts slapping the door. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck is wrong? And he's like, bro, let me out of here. Let me out of here. I've been in here for a million years. Let me out of here. And I'm like, dude, the door's locked. He's like, what do you mean it's locked? Unlock it. And I'm like, I can't. It unlocks from the inside. And he's over here like, I can't find it. And I'm like, dude, it's on the front. You twist it. I can't find it. Click. Door opens.
Dude probably locked himself in there with the lights off.
No, the lights were on.
What?
Yeah, and then just click, door opens, and he falls forward onto me, just going. And I was like, dude, are you okay? And I was like, dude, are you okay? And he's like, dude, I just saw my entire life go by in there. How long have I been in there? And I went like 40 minutes. He's like, dude, I feel like I've been in there for over 60 years. I saw myself as a grandfather. I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, what the fuck do you mean? He's like, bro, I saw myself as a grandfather. I literally watched myself die on a bed with all my family around me.
Oh.
And I was like, yo, what the fuck happened to you? This is when I found out after, like, literally 2 years later, he was schizophrenic. That can cause reactions like that, apparently. And I didn't know that. He didn't know that at the time. It was a very rough experience for him. So anyway, he gets out of the bathroom and he walks up to my kitchen and he just slumps up against the countertops and just slides down to the floor and sits there and pulls his knees up to his chest. And it's just sitting there rocking back and forth. And and my other friend looks at me and he goes, "Is he okay?" And I went, I don't fucking know, to be honest. And I'm fried too, so I have no fucking clue what to do. Anyway, I throw a pillow at him and I'm like, hey, fucker, come over here with us to help you calm down if you get near people. And I threw the pillow at him and he just snags it and tucks it to his chest and curls his knees back up again. And he lays on the floor with the pillow, like laying out like he's in a coffin, and he just starts screaming. He's just like, ah, 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 and I'm like, yo, what the fuck is going on? What the fuck? And I ran over and I like grabbed him and I'm just like, yo, bro, are you good? Are you good? And like as I grabbed him, I noticed he was like calming down a bit, but he was like thrashing about. So I literally put him in a half Nelson wrestling hold and held him there just to get him to stop because I didn't want him to hurt himself. I didn't think he knew what he was doing really, so I didn't want him to hurt himself. So I tried to put him in a hold where I had control over his body so he wasn't gonna hurt himself. But me, being a fried asshole, decided to fuck with him, and I got real close to his ear and I just went, "Shh, I'll break your spine." As I'm sitting there with him in a hold.
You did. Oh my God!
Oh,
You
no.
probably gave him PTSD from that.
Bro, I was too
Tan-
fried to know what the
Whispers-
fuck I was doing. And then,
Was-
but the funny part is, that as soon as I said that, he just went,
Realization of
and just
shit.
stopped.
Oh my God!
And I was like, "Are you good now?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm good. And I went, "Okay, let him go." I'm like, and I was like, "Bro, what happened?" He's like, "Dude, you don't understand. I am watching the future happen in my head." And I'm like, "What the fuck do you mean?" He's like, "Dude, you don't understand. I'm literally watching myself age. I am watching my life play out in the future." I'm like, "What the fuck, dude? That's insane." It took until like we started smoking at like 9 o'clock that night, and it took until like 1 a.m. for him to like get out of that state, and he was literally just sitting there on the couch, just like this, just like, bro, never again will I ever smoke, and I don't blame him. You know, I really don't blame him. If I had an experience that fucked, I'd never want to touch it again.
Yeah.
Like
Oh.
seriously, if I got so psychoactive from it that I literally saw myself like aging, like to a point to where I like feels like I'm aging and shit like that, because that's what he said. It wasn't just like visual shit; it was physical sensation too. So like all this shit that he was like seeing happen, he was physically feeling it happen too. So like when he was dying on that bed, he physically felt like he was dying.
Oh
and
no.
that type of shit. Like it really fucked with him. And for like 3 months after that experience, apparently he's had like fucking night terrors and shit related to the shit that he saw. And he got over it eventually, but it was kind of a thing of like he was just so fucked up from that bad experience, and like I felt horrible honestly. Like I tried to do so much shit to make it up to him just because like I felt horrible. I for 2 years, I had no idea what could have fucking caused that reaction because I'd never seen a reaction like that before. So I was like, what the fuck happened to him? And for years, I was trying to figure out what the fuck could have happened to you. And that's when he told me, yeah, I found out schizophrenia runs in my family, and there's a pretty big chance that I have it too. And I went, oh, could I explain? Yeah, that probably explains what happened. And I was like, oh shit. You know, it was a really,
So-
really fucked up night for him. And meanwhile, I'm still over there on the couch after he had his fit. I then picked up the cherry and I picked up Tangy and I mixed them together and I went, Tangy.
You fucking dumbass. Oh my God.
Time that
Tangy.
man hit his spine, he gets like PTSD from that.
Yeah. No, actually,
Please don't break.
actually, the spine part he said was actually the part that like snapped him out of it and calmed him down.
Please don't break my
Ironically.
spine, Mr. Tangy Man.
It's like a fucking it's like a fucking shitty knockoff of the Candy Man, the Tangy Man. If you spin in a mirror and say tangerine 3 times, I'll come and turn you orange.
He'll bring a bong.
I'll fucking no, I won't come with a bong. That's
Mr. Tangy out
No,
here
bro,
snapping
I-
spines and fucking oranges.
Snappenstein,
I'm in danger.
Dude, my murder weapon of choice is just a fucking bong that I use like a baseball bat.
Oh my god.
No, no,
Oh,
no, dude. If you
yes.
guys have ever seen, fucking Cabin in the Woods, I have the bong baton.
Oh my god, that's fucking retarded.
No.
Have you never seen the
Dude,
bong baton?
have y'all ever seen the Scout's Guide to a Zombie Apocalypse?
I have not, but I've heard about it.
Oh, that movie is so fucking funny.
I don't want to deny that.
What? Well, anyway,
What's
guys.
in that?
Sorry. Well, anyway, guys. I've been Chaos Rain, and thank you guys for tuning into the very first episode of Greened Out. That's going to be all for this first episode. Be sure to check us out on YouTube. Be sure to check us out on any other platform that we may get on from here on. Who the fuck knows? Depends on how well this does. But until then, thank you again, Gavin. Thank you again, Nick and Josh. What the fuck have you been doing this whole time? And to everyone else, I hope you all have a good day.